Alabama Children's Library and the East Brunswick Public Library. Thanks for participating in our 2021 Maker's Day virtually. We're going to show you today how to make DIY hair scrunchies. It should be really fun. Now, I know some of you probably have already visited the library to pick up your kits. There's enough for 3 different scrunchies in those kits. But if you're just watching this at home, it's very easy. All you're going to need is 1 strip of fabric, about 3.5 inches wide and about 22 inches long. It doesn't have to be exact. You need some elastic, about 9 inches. And beyond that, you're just going to need either a sewing machine or a needle and thread. And I find these pins, these straight pins, helpful for sewing, but you don't really need them if you don't have them. All right, now that we have all of our supplies, I'll show you how to make your very own scrunchie from scratch. All right, so as you get started, you turn your fabric upside down. Again, every fabric should have the side where the pattern is printed on, and then the upside down side. So turn your fabric upside down, and on one of the short edges, fold your fabric in just about, half an inch or so. It doesn't have to be exact. If you're using one of the sewing pins, you're going to pin the fabric together. That's just going to hold it in place. All right. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to use our sewing machine or a needle and thread and sew down the edge of this. So we have this turned in, so it's going to have a nice finished edge at the end. And remember, if you don't have a sewing machine at home, you can always borrow one for free from the library, from our makerspace. And whenever you finish sewing, before you go to the next step, you can always pause and trim all the extra thread you have hanging out. That just will make your scrunchie a little neater at the end. All right. Now that you have sewn one edge, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to turn your scrunchie long ways and fold it in half just like this. You're going to make a long tube. Again, you want to make sure you sew it inside out. That's because when you are finished sewing, you're going to turn it right side out and you won't see the thread. So make sure you line up the top and bottom as carefully as you can. And if you have your sewing needles, again, you can use these to pin the fabric together. This helps keep the fabric in one place while you're sewing. All right, when you're done, your fabric should look like this with a few pins in here holding it together. The next thing you're going to be doing is you're going to be sewing down this long edge just like this to make a tube. Okay. So when it's done, you're just going to snip off all the extra thread that you have. Now, if you look at mine, you see it's not perfect at the end. Don't worry. Nobody's going to tell when you have your finished scrunchie, so don't worry about it if yours is a little uneven. Now, this next part is the hard part. We're going to need to turn our scrunchie right side out. So there's no real quick and easy way to do it. You're just going to have to fold it over like this and pull it out bit by bit by bit. Don't worry, it's only 22 inches. It shouldn't take you forever. So I'll see you when I have my scrunchie turned right side out. And don't worry, once we finish this part, we're almost done. All right, so here we go. We successfully turned our fabric right side out. So this is going to be what your scrunchie looks like on the outside. Now, next thing we're going to need about 9 inches of elastic. So I have my measuring tape here. I'm going to stretch out my elastic. It's about 9 inches right here. So I'm going to take my scissors, cut my elastic. Now, the trick is we have to get this elastic through the hole in this scrunchie. There's different ways of doing it. The way I like doing it, though, is like using a pen, like a Sharpie or a pen like this. I kind of like tying one end of the elastic to the pin, kind of like this, okay? And then I like feeding the pen through the fabric. So make sure you hold on to the loose end of the elastic, and then you just shove the fabric around the pin, and hopefully your pin and the elastic will merge on the other side. Voila, just like that. All right. Again, this is important. Always make sure to hold on to both ends of your elastic. You don't want to let that elastic go. All right, once you have it, you can pull your pin out. All right, so here is our scrunchie. Now, the very last thing we need to do is to sew the elastic together and then sew the scrunchie together. These are two different steps. So what I'm going to do, again, if you have a needle and thread, you can just hold it and sew it. I'm going to use my sewing machine to do it. So again, you just need to sew these two ends of the elastic to each other, just like this. All right, once your elastic is sewn together, the last thing you have to do is tuck the two ends of your scrunchie together, just like this. You tuck them in, pull it over. All right, just like that, okay? So you should smooth the whole thing out, and then you're going to sew the two pieces of fabric one last time. So you're gonna have a finished scrunchie. And there you go, your own homemade scrunchie. I hope you really enjoyed making it. So again, if you picked up your kit from the library, you have enough fabric and elastic to make 3 different scrunchies. But if you didn't, again, it's a very cheap and easy project to do. And again, all you need is some fabric, some elastic, and either a needle and thread or a sewing machine, again, that you could check out from the library. Now, the last thing we're gonna do is see how this scrunchie works. Usually I wear my hair in a bun, but let's see how it looks in a scrunchie. Hope you like it. So again, I hope you had a great time working this project. If you have any questions about the project or if you want to show off the scrunchies you made, again, we're going to have a live Zoom DIY scrunchie program on Wednesday, April the 1st. So check the details on the website, see when that's going to be, register, and I'd love to see the scrunchies you made yourself. All right, talk to you later. See you later at the library. Bye.